Hello, Buzzby. Ta-da! Buzzby woke up on a bright sunny morning. The sunlight streamed through the leaves, sparkling like tiny diamonds. Buzzby stretched, his little wings fluttering. What a wonderful day, for he thought. Buzzby loved flying around the small garden behind the house. It had colorful flowers, lush green grass, and lots of Buzzby's friends. Buzzby flew out of the leaf where he slept. He greeted old Mr. Worm, who was slowly crawling on a branch. "Good morning, Mr. Worm," Buzzby chirped. "Mr. Worm." Worm wiggled his antennae slightly, replying, "Good morning, Buzzby. Have a good day." Buzzby smiled and continued flying. He circled a beautiful red rose, admiring the sparkling dewdrops on its petals. Suddenly, Buzzby saw Silky trying to pull a dry leaf as big as herself. The leaf was stuck between two small branches. "Hi, Silky!" "What's wrong?" Buzzby asked, landing close to his friend. Silky was panting, her voice sad. "Hi, Buzzby. I want to take this leaf to make a new home, but it's stuck." Buzzby looked at the leaf. It was really big. Buzzby thought for a moment and then said, "Let me help you." Buzzby tried to push the leaf with all his might, but it still wouldn't move. This leaf is too heavy," Buzzby said. Just then, Rusty ran over from somewhere, tripped on a small stone, and tumbled. "Ouch! What's going on?" Rusty asked, dusting himself off. Silky and Buzzby told Rusty about the stuck leaf. Rusty put his hands on his hips, a thoughtful expression on his face. "Let me see," Rusty said. He tried to push the leaf with his back, but it was no use. The leaf remained still. All three friends looked at each other, a little disappointed. Buzzby didn't give up. He flew around the leaf, observing it carefully. "I have an idea!" Buzzby exclaimed. "Silky, you can use your spider silk to tie one end of the leaf, and then we can all pull together." Silky nodded, her eyes lighting up. "That's a great idea, Buzzby." Silky quickly spun some silk, making a strong thread, and tied it to one end of the leaf. Rusty also enthusiastically helped, making sure the thread didn't come loose. Once the thread was securely tied, Buzzby landed on the other side of the leaf, gripping the edge with his tiny feet. "Ready?" Buzzby asked. "Ready!" Silky and Rusty replied in unison. 1, 2, 3, pull. All three friends used all their strength together. Buzzby pushed with his feet, Silky pulled with her silk, and Rusty pushed with his back. The leaf wiggled, then slowly began to move. "It's working! We did it!" Buzzby happily exclaimed. The leaf gradually broke free from its stuck position. Finally, the leaf fell to the ground. All three friends breathed a sigh of relief. "Thank you so much," Silky said, her voice full of gratitude. "Without you, I never would have been able to get this leaf." Buzzby smiled. "You're welcome, Silky. We're friends." Rusty also nodded in agreement. "That's right. Friends help each other." All three friends rolled the leaf to a flat spot under an apple tree. Silky began to spin her silk, turning the dry leaf into a cozy and pretty little house. Buzzby and Rusty happily helped Silky gather small leaves and dry twigs to decorate the new home. Silky's new home was finished. It was a warm and lovely nest. Silky invited Buzzby and Rusty to visit her new home. Inside, Silky had decorated with sparkling dewdrops and small flower petals. "Wow, your house is so beautiful, Silky!" Buzzby exclaimed in admiration. Rusty also nodded. "I really like this house." All three friends sat together chatting happily in the new house. Silky told Buzzby and Rusty about her adventures while looking for the leaf. Rusty told silly stories that made all three of them burst into laughter. As the sun began to set, Buzzby and Rusty said goodbye to Silky. "Thank you for a wonderful day, Silky," Buzzby said. "See you tomorrow." Rusty also waved goodbye. "Good night, Silky." Silky stood at the door of her house, smiling and waving goodbye to her two good friends. On the way home, Buzzby felt very happy. He had had a truly meaningful day helping Silky. Buzzby understood that when friends work together and help each other, all difficulties can be overcome. Friendship is truly a wonderful and precious thing. Buzzby flew back to his familiar leaf, lay down, and closed his eyes. He smiled as he remembered the happy moments with Silky and Rusty. Buzzby thought to himself, "I'm so lucky to have such good friends." Then Buzzby fell asleep, dreaming of new adventures with his dear friends.